All right, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to change over a blower motor in a third generation Honda Prelude. This could be pretty much applicable to almost any Honda, really, or at least any of the older Hondas, as they're all pretty much in the same location, which is under the passenger footwell. And so the very first thing you're going to want to do is when it goes out on you is you're going to basically, first of all, diagnose and make sure that it is the blower motor. But obviously, as I have absolutely no fan, then I figured I also checked the fuse, and then I went to Rock Auto and I ordered myself the blower motor. So now, if this install does help you in any way, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to see more of what I'm doing in the future. Now, let's jump right into the actual content for today. All right, so we are on the passenger side of the vehicle, and this is the glove box that you can see. So it's right underneath, tucked underneath the glove box. And this is the blower motor itself. Super easy to access. I would highly suggest you just pulling back the carpet to give yourself a little bit more room and access. Generally speaking, there would be a kick plate installed in here, and you'd have to remove another kick plate on there. I have them taken off just because for easy access to my ECU. But I'm going to give you a close-up of the blower motor itself just so you can see what you need to remove it. So after you have the fabric pulled away and the kick plate, I've literally just put the camera right underneath the passenger footwell. And this is the blower motor. This is the new one that I did install, so I'm kind of showing you backwards. There's a clip that you unplug. It's basically right back in here, and it'll be plugged in directly to the motor. Yours might look a little bit different. It might have two screws on this. Don't play around with those. Those are not really useful. You basically want to pop this hose right off. And then there are these three 8mm. They're basically kind of like bolts, but they're kind of like screws. So there's three, one, if you can see the back one, two, and the third one is right there. You take those out, you drop this thing out, it drops out nice and easy, no real problems. You might get it hung up a little bit on there, so you kind of have to wiggle it out of the way. But take that out, and then you're in business. All right, so we have the old blower motor over there and the new one, just for comparison. I've like ripped that apart. I find things very cool and interesting and figuring out how they work. But anyways, what you have to do, first of all, you have to take off the fan off of the old one, and that is held in place by this 8mm nut. So here is actually the original one on that. And so you take that off. Another thing that I would suggest you doing is taking off this gasket off of the old one, and you're just going to pop that on right there so that it seals better. So now what we're left with is two wires. And the problem now is that if we remember, the factory system had 4 wires. So you can either try and cut it apart, splice it together, figure out what you want, but it had a plug. And so I yanked off the old plug off of there, and I am going to show you a little bit of the wiring diagram and what to do, and then we're going to wire this plug in so that it's basically just a plug-and-play system, and rather than hacking things apart. If the blower motor that you bought has a plug, good on you. Just skip this step, plug it right back in, you're good to go when you install it. However, if yours doesn't come with it, like most of the aftermarket ones that you can purchase, this is where I'm going to show you guys what I did. And this is for the one thing that you're looking at right now is a wiring diagram for a third generation Honda Prelude. It's going to be very similar for a lot of the other Hondas out there. But as you can see, there's the blower motor. There is a blue and black wire coming off of it and a blue and white wire coming off of it. And that was in that plug. So what I did was I took I basically plugged in the plug after I'd separated it and lined up the wires, and I put the black wire going to the blue and black, and then I put the blue wire and wired that to the blue and white, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. All right, so there's the plug all wired up, and now we're going to throw this guy back in the car. So I've already reinstalled the blower motor. I'm just going to do a quick simple test to show you guys that it does actually work. So right here, I have an old receipt. I'm just going to hold it over the fan. I already have the key turned over. And if when I turn the fan on, it blows and the receipt moves, you know that we're in business. So we can see that it does work, and that is great, because if it didn't, that'd be really bad. But Anyways, if you did find this video helpful and at all useful, make sure you drop a like. And if you want to see more of what I'm doing with either of my cars, make sure you do subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.